Hey guys, Kev here, and I have an unboxing to do for you. This is something different. Now first, I have my LaCroix coconut flavor here. Always delicious. The unboxing knife today is going to be the Spyderco Chaparral here that I recently picked up off of Knife Swap for like 85 bucks. This is the carbon fiber S30V version. No, CTS XHP, actually. I actually really like this knife. It's growing on me. I took it apart today, and that was a little bit weird. I'm not a big fan of the internals. I couldn't really get the lock apart, but you can take off the outer scales, and then you can take these two T6s out, and they kind of hold the lock in place somehow. I don't know how it works. But the more I tighten those T6s, the tighter it got right here. So this isn't actually like a pivot screw. This just holds the scales in. The pivot screws are like underneath, or whatever you would call that. They're the tension screws. But I'm starting to really enjoy kind of fidgeting with it like this. Backlocks aren't that bad, guys. I don't know. I can fidget with this. So anyway, this here is from Brian Brown. I recently unboxed the Brian Brown Knives Jaeger M. A Riot-made knife. Really, really cool knife. It was like a grail of mine, and I've explained what a grail is to me. I won't do it again. But it turned out to be just a little too righty biased. The frame lock didn't work for a lefty. The Spidey flicked very well, and that's really what that knife was made to do, at least the non-flipper one. But anyway, I was following his Facebook group while I was looking for one, because that's how you get a knife that's hard to find. You know, I'm in the Vero group, I'm in the Richard Rogers group, I'm in a bunch of groups for that reason. Chavez. And he was posting these, which is a bit driver. This is called the Vulcan bit driver, and I actually got one made out of zirconium, which is really cool. It's a very fancy pants material that I normally don't care about, like Damascus and Damascus and shit. But I thought this is really cool. It was like 130 bucks, I think, so it's pricey for a bit driver. But I just was really interested, and I really like the guy. Brian Brown's a really cool dude, and I just want to support him. So that is what is in here, guys. And I'm going to get into it here with my Chaparral. By the way, Brian, if you're watching this by chance, the Jaeger M is on its way to my good buddy Jake, Bearded Gear. If you want to check out his channel, he will be reviewing that knife in full, unlike me. If something doesn't work for me, I usually get moving on quick. But I think you'll really enjoy his take, and I think that knife was made for him. So I think we got that knife to the appropriate person, all right? All right, let's see. Yeah. All right. He did tell me that they're gonna be coming in a like pouch of some sort, like a glasses case kind of thing, a sleeve or whatever. But he didn't get them in time, and it was either wait like a week or two to get this, or have him ship me that later, or not worry about it. So I opted for the not worry about it. So we will see what's in here. Oh wow, guys, this looks cool. Okay, let me put this down. That's a cool little bag here, and a cool box. I'm gonna be keeping these. Thanks, Brian. All right, guys, look at this. Huh? How cool is this? More swag from Brian. The usual stuff. Brian Brown Knives. Business card. Hit him up if you want any custom work done. I don't know what his books look like. He's a very popular maker for damn good reason. He makes really cool knives. I've never seen this sticker. This one's awesome. Look at that. Another one. So we got some swag there. We got one more in here, I think. Yep, another B here for Brian Brown. Cool, cool. And then we have the Vulcan bit driver. Let me put these stickers back. This thing looks really cool, guys. I don't know, what I can really do in this unboxing. We'll see. I might try to reverse a clip or something. So check this out. This is made out of zirconium, which is unbelievable. It's very expensive material. Basically, the way I see it in my head is, you have steel, you have then titanium, and then you have zirconium above that. So this is a kind of a step over titanium. He also makes these in titanium, I think brass, maybe copper, and I even saw one the other day in micarta. That is cool, a micarta bit driver. He drops them on his site every once in a while now. They're new. I got this on the first drop. What happened, actually, interesting story, was that he was going to drop them at 8 o'clock that night. And I set my alarm because I was like, I know everybody's going to be going for one, right? And then at like 7:30, he said, oh, sorry, guys. My kids are, doing whatever. I'm going to push it to 8:30. And I was like, okay. So changed my alarm to 8:30. 8:30 came. Boom. I'm on the site. I already pre-set up an account and everything. And I was just reload. And the Vulcan popped up in zirconium. Dropped it in the cart, boom, bought it, right? And he messages me, and he says, hey, man, thanks for ordering. He's like, but the website oversold. He's like, I'm sorry, man, good news, bad news. Good news is I'm going to make you one, and I'll get it out next week. Bad news is you were second place. He called it second place. So somebody bought one right in front of me, I guess. He bought the one that was available, and the website oversold. So I actually would not have this if not for the website glitch. So I really appreciate whoever hosts Brian Brown Knives website. Thank you so much for screwing up, because I now have this really sweet bit driver, because Brian Brown obviously is an awesome dude, and he wasn't going to tell me too bad, So he just made me one, and here it is. So, again, this is a bit driver. You pop your bits in here. It's held in by, what are they called? There's some Neo something magnets. And then it has like a spinner up here, which is on bearings. You hear that? Oh, man, that's fun. I can just sit here and play with this. I don't need any more knives, guys. All right, let's reverse the clip. So, I have this PM2 here from my buddy. Who is this from? Oh, right. It's my buddy on Instagram. I'm not sure if he wants to be named. So, I'm not going to name him. He's the guy who sent me the bombshell. This guy is amazing. So, yeah, you know who you are, dude. I really appreciate it. You are the man. He sent me 2 PM2s. Here's another one. This is the Tanto in the carbon fiber. This one sounds a little weird. Here, listen. Just sounds like something's loose, and it's been driving me nuts. But I can't reverse the clip on this. Anyway, I'm hoping you're okay with me reversing this so I can carry it, because I do want to carry it. So, in anticipation for this coming in, I bought a new set of bits. So hang on one second. All right. I'm just going to use my old ones, but I bought a new set right here. So this is something I wanted to bring up when I talked about this, is buying bits on Amazon is interesting. So that's where I get them, obviously. You tell me if there's a better place to get them for a good price, but obviously the company you want to look for is Weha. I have multiple sets, so while we're talking about bit drivers and stuff, I might as well kind of go through the tools that I have, right? At least the bit drivers. I have a few different sets. So I have this set that I keep in my bag, and right now I'm working at home, so I keep it at my desk. And this thing slides out. It clicks in, clicks out. This thing is awesome, guys. This is one you really want to get. I think it was like 30 bucks, but it's made by Weeha. And then you have this right here. And I think Bearded Gear was the one to turn me on to this set. And it does have the spinner thing on the back here, so you can, you know, do quick rotations. And then it comes with the, I think they're called micro bits. That's the size. They're the mini or the micro bits. And it has like everything. I mean, you have all different types of Phillips and flatheads. You have all the Torx from, I think, from T1. No, T1? Really? Hold on, what is this? Yeah, no, from T2 up through T15. So that's pretty cool. These right here, down to here, are all Torx. And then you have some like Allen key type ones and then some random stuff. So it's a really good set to have, and it's Weeha, so the bits are really strong. They're hardened, so they're not going to break all the time, which is the problem I had. When I first started disassembling my knives, I went to Home Depot like anybody, and I hunted down a Torx set because they're hard to find. And I found this little thing, and you could pop all the different bits into the handle, and it all came in a really compact thing. And those bits stripped in like the first use. I was trying to turn a Spyderco pivot, and it was Loctited or something. Or cranked down too far, and it just stripped the bit right away, and then boom, I was done. And that was like 10 bucks or 7 bucks. And then I bought one from Benchmade. I got this Benchmade kit. It's like a field kit. It's like this big. It's a plastic case you open, and it has a little mini bit holder thing that you can plug into the side of the case, and then you use the case as the handle. I have it in my bag, but it's not worth pulling out. And those bits were crap too. Luckily, you got 2 of each, so it was a little bit better, but you'd end up bending them and, you know, stripping them and whatnot. And that's when I learned my lesson. I'm just going to go ahead and get something good. I looked into it, and I heard Weeha was the best. So then I bought this set. So I bought these just like full-length drivers, and it came in a bag. I have, I think, 10 of them or something. It goes from T2 up to T15, I believe. Or it might be T6 up through T30, something like that. And I still have all the other ones somewhere, but I basically just took the 6 and the 8 out. And then this is currently my toolkit. I have this thing that used to be on our dining room table, and I just slowly started filling it up with knife stuff like sharpening. This is my Spyderco Sharp Maker. I have sandpaper. I have Tough Glide. I have a strop. I have stickers from people. I have extra stones. I have all types of stuff in here, guys. I have KPL. I have Loctite, more stickers. I have a little like pry thing made out of plastic. So this is what I've been using. One of the tools I use a lot, actually, is this guy. This is like a brass rod. It came with one of my gun cleaning kits, and it has this fine point on one end, and then this kind of like flat on this side. And because this is brass, it can't really scratch or damage steel, so I use this to get into like pivots and stuff when I need to. Comes in handy a lot, actually. Anyway, so I had these. And then, of course, I needed more because you quickly find out as a knife guy that 1 T6 is not good enough, or 1 T8 usually, because you're going to have free spinning pivots. And then you got to have one on each side. I learned that lesson with, I think, my first knife. That was the ZT-0450CF. And it had a spinning pivot, so I had to get another set. So that's when I got this guy. I got this little Weeha driver. And initially, from the reviews I saw, I thought this popped out and I had bits in there, but this is a different one. This one doesn't have the bits, so I literally just bought this. And I didn't have any bits, so I was like, crap. So then I needed to get bits. That is when I bought this set right here. So this set pulls out. And then you have an assortment of all Torx bits. It goes from, I think, 4 or 5 up to 30. And then you have this bit holder down here that you can take out, pop in there, and then you use this as the driver. Now, I never did that. I literally just bought this for the bits, and they're very good Weehaw bits. So my bits are starting to wear out a little bit, so I decided to pick up a fresh set of this on Amazon when I got the Vulcan driver from Brian Brown Knives. So that is how I got all the tools that I have. I mean, I have so many bits and bit drivers now, it's crazy. And because this is ridiculous, I stole our dining room basket. This used to have napkins and shit in it. Straws, that kind of stuff. Today, actually, I ordered, ironically enough, I ordered a makeup, storage thing. And basically it has like 4 little drawers on top and then 3 bigger drawers on the bottom. And it's like this tall. And I'm going to put all my knife cleaning gear in there and kind of put it under my desk. So like my setup right now is I have a desk with dual monitors, my laptop for work, my MacBook Pro for the channel, keyboard, all that stuff. And then I have this wooden table next to that. And my knife case sits on there. So I constantly have access to my knives, right? And then I have that basket underneath, just sitting underneath on the carpet. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and put that makeup kit under there. And maybe I'll show you guys. I'm eventually going to do a collection video. I need to do that. But I have so many knives loaned out that it's kind of not going to show you everything. So I might just kind of hold off on loaners for a while. And, once I get them all back in, I'll do the collection video, and then I'll kind of go from there. But I wheel and deal a lot, guys, and I like to send people loaners because I want people to experience cool knives. So it kind of just puts the collection video on hold, even though I want to do it. But anyway, that is the bit situation here, guys, the tool situation. And I am going to take out the Brian Brown Knives Vulcan bit driver. I'm going to drop in a T6 here. See how that fits. So here we go. Here's the bit driver. Here's the bit. You can see it sucked it in. See that? The magnet's really good on that. It's not hard to pull out, but it's in there very well, and it's not moving at all. There's no wiggle in there. I really like that. We have this spinner here to play with. I really like this. So now I got to find that knife again, because you know me, kind of went off on a tangent there. Okay, here we go. So here it is. We're going to, oh great, it's a lynch clip. Okay, so here, what you're supposed to do is, now that I got it loose, you can kind of put this spinner thing in your palm. And then you can spin the whole thing in your hand, which works very, very well. Got that one. I don't know if he Loctited these in, but this bit and bit driver are making short work of it. All right. We are loosening up here, guys. I'm just going to check, see if I got them all. Yep, I got them all. There you go. See how easy this is. Usually it's a pain to get them all to drop in at the same time. Ooh, look at that, guys. You guys are working with a pro here, okay? All right, I always do the top one first. Tighten that down a little bit. Oh, man, this driver feels good, guys. Man, I'm having fun taking knives apart. Oh, yes. Hold on. It's on an angle, so I just want to be careful with this guy's hardware. Tighten it down. So the only thing I would say off the bat that could be a slight issue, and this is something I'll learn over time, is to feel for the tightness. So And that really is relative to the strength you have in your bit driver. So like, I don't have a ton of torque on this, which to me is a good thing. I think he made it like that on purpose. You know, it's also smooth. It's not like, you know, it doesn't have a ton of grip, which it has these ridges, which are good. But it doesn't make it where I could just like crank down something super tight, which is, you know, that's how you strip stuff. And I've done that. So basically, if you take this guy right here, and I went and put it in this screw, and if I wanted to strip this screw out, like if I wanted to bust through that scale and make this a loose screw, I could do it because I have so much torque here. And let me just test and see how much I have left. Yeah, like I could tighten these just a little bit, but not much. So, you know, at that point, I'm going to be over tightening, which I'm not going to do that because it's not my knife. So this gives you pretty much just the right amount of leverage to get things tight, but not over tighten them. And I've done that before, and it really sucks when you over tighten a screw and basically strip it out, and then it's just spinning in there. It's literally a terrible feeling because, you know, you have this expensive knife that you basically just ruined because a lot of companies aren't going to fix that for you. So then you got to figure out, you know, do I get a bigger screw? Do I Loctite it? So I've just learned to not use these in a lot of cases. I use these to disassemble a lot so I can crank something off, but to tighten, I usually use something like this, or the one I prefer, at least before I got this, I preferred to use this one because this one is skinny and you just don't get as much leverage on it to tighten something. So this one also is dialed in really well to where you just get it tight enough and you don't over tighten. Now, of course, as Stasa would say, your mileage may vary just because of your hand strength, right? You might be stronger than me and you might be able to, you know, rip a car in half with your hand. I don't know. So anyway, guys, this is the Brian Brown Knives Vulcan bit driver in zirconium. Absolutely am loving it. I've always wanted a cool bit driver, and you guys know now I need another one. So if we get spinning pivots, you know, I gotta have two cool ones. I can't be sitting here with one of these, you know, and one of these. Like, somebody looks through my window, I'm gonna look like a joke, right? The only other knife or thing I've ever seen with zirconium in person is the 523. So these are both in zirconium. This bolster here and this backspacer are in zirconium. Same material that is used on this. And I actually just bought one of these guys. My buddy Sharp_Marbles on Instagram was selling his. And I just have found that this works. This is the only front flipper in history that has worked for a lefty, in my opinion. I can use this knife as good as a righty, and I love it. So, ironically, after my last lefty knife talk, I am now the proud owner of a 523 front flipper. But yeah, so that's zirconium, and that is the bit driver. Really appreciate you guys listening to me rant and rave as usual. I hope you have a fantastic night, and I will catch you later.